Are you tired of watching your dreams slip away while you scroll through your phone, promising yourself you'll start tomorrow? You're not alone. Millions of people struggle with procrastination, that invisible force that keeps you stuck in cycles of guilt, frustration, and unfulfilled potential. But what if I told you that the solution isn't about willpower or motivation? It's about understanding the hidden psychology that drives your behavior. Napoleon Hill spent decades studying the most successful people in history, and he discovered something shocking about procrastination that the self-help industry doesn't want you to know. The techniques you're about to learn in the next 15 minutes have been tested by millionaires, entrepreneurs, and achievers who transformed their lives not through massive action, but through strategic micro-changes that compound into extraordinary results. By the end of this video, you'll have 5 battle-tested strategies that will rewire your brain's relationship with action and achievement. But here's the catch. This only works if you're willing to challenge everything you think you know about productivity and embrace a completely different approach to getting things done. Most people think procrastination is about laziness, but Napoleon Hill discovered something far more profound in his research with successful individuals. Procrastination is actually your mind's way of protecting you from potential failure or judgment. It's a defense mechanism that kicks in when your subconscious believes the task ahead might threaten your self-image or comfort zone. Understanding this psychology is the first step toward crushing those mental barriers that keep you stuck. When you procrastinate, you're essentially choosing the pain of guilt and stress over the pain of action and potential disappointment. Hill observed that successful people had learned to reframe this internal dialogue completely. Instead of seeing tasks as threats, they viewed them as opportunities for growth and self-improvement. This mindset shift transforms procrastination from an enemy into a teacher, showing you exactly where your fears and limiting beliefs are hiding. The fascinating truth is that procrastination often strikes hardest on the tasks that matter most to your success and personal development. Your mind knows these activities have the power to change your life, which is exactly why it resists them so strongly. Hill called this phenomenon the price of greatness, the internal resistance that every achiever must overcome. But here's what most people don't realize about this resistance, and it might completely change how you approach your biggest challenges. Hill's research revealed that people who conquered procrastination had one thing in common: a burning, definite purpose that pulled them forward like a magnet. This wasn't just goal setting. It was about creating such a compelling vision of your future that postponing action became more painful than taking it. When your purpose is crystal clear and emotionally charged, procrastination loses its grip because every moment of delay feels like you're betraying your deepest desires and values. The definite purpose method works by engaging both your conscious and subconscious mind in pursuit of your objectives. Hill discovered that successful individuals would write down their definite purpose every morning and every night, visualizing it with intense emotion and gratitude as if it had already been achieved. This practice rewires your brain to automatically look for opportunities and take action aligned with your goals, making productivity feel natural rather than forced. Here's a practical exercise you can start today. Write down your definite purpose in one clear sentence, then read it aloud twice daily while visualizing your success with genuine emotion. Within just a few days, you'll notice your mind naturally gravitating toward productive actions instead of avoidance behaviors. But there's a specific way Hill taught this visualization technique that most people get wrong. And when you discover this secret, Napoleon Hill understood that the hardest part of any task isn't the doing, it's the starting. That's why he advocated for what modern productivity experts now call the 2-minute rule. If something takes less than 2 minutes, do it immediately. But Hill's version went deeper. He taught that every major accomplishment begins with a tiny action taken in the present moment. These micro-actions create momentum that compounds over time, turning small habits into life-changing results. The genius of this approach lies in how it tricks your procrastination tendencies. When you commit to just 2 minutes of work on a project, your resistance drops to almost zero. But here's what happens next. Once you start, you often find yourself continuing well beyond the 2-minute mark, because the hardest part, beginning, is already behind you. Hill observed that successful people had mastered this principle of easy entry points that led to sustained productive action. Try this today. Pick one task you've been avoiding and commit to working on it for exactly 2 minutes. Set a timer if you need to. Notice how your energy and motivation shift once you begin moving forward. This simple technique has helped countless people overcome years of procrastination on important projects, from writing books to starting businesses. But there's one mistake people make with the 2-minute rule that actually makes procrastination worse. One of the biggest procrastination triggers Hill identified was the paralyzing pursuit of perfection. He noticed that many intelligent, capable people remained stuck because they couldn't bear the thought of producing anything less than flawless work. This perfectionism becomes a prison, keeping you from taking action while you wait for the perfect moment, plan, or circumstances that never actually arrive. Hill taught that successful people understood a liberating truth: done is better than perfect. The perfectionism trap is particularly sneaky because it disguises itself as high standards and attention to detail. But Hill saw through this facade. Perfectionism is often just fear wearing a fancy mask. Fear of criticism, fear of failure, fear of not being good enough. When you shift your focus from perfection to progress, you give yourself permission to be human, to learn, and to improve through action rather than endless preparation. Start embracing what Hill called productive imperfection, the willingness to put your work out into the world even when it's not perfect. This doesn't mean lowering your standards. It means understanding that excellence comes through iteration and feedback, not through hiding in your comfort zone. Every successful person has a graveyard of imperfect first attempts that led to their eventual mastery. What would change in your life if you stopped waiting for perfection and started celebrating progress instead? Hill's most powerful insight about overcoming procrastination was understanding momentum as a force of nature. Just as a boulder is hard to move initially, but becomes unstoppable once rolling downhill, your productive actions build upon themselves exponentially. The key is consistency over intensity. Taking small, deliberate actions every single day creates a momentum that eventually becomes self-sustaining. Procrastination can't survive in an environment of consistent daily action. The compound effect works because each action you take strengthens your identity as someone who follows through. Every time you choose action over avoidance, you're casting a vote for the person you want to become. Hill understood that habits shape character, and character shapes destiny. When you build a daily practice of taking action despite not feeling like it, you develop what he called persistence, the quality that separates achievers from dreamers. Create your own momentum by choosing one small action related to your most important goal and committing to it every day for the next 30 days. It could be writing one paragraph, making one sales call, or exercising for 10 minutes. The size matters less than the consistency. Track your progress and watch how this simple practice transforms not just your productivity, but your entire relationship with action and achievement. The person you'll become through this process might surprise you more than the goals you'll accomplish. There you have it. 5 powerful strategies straight from Napoleon Hill's playbook that can crush your procrastination in just 15 minutes a day. But here's the truth. Knowledge without action is just entertainment. The real transformation happens when you take what you've learned and immediately put it into practice. Start with just one technique today. Whether it's defining your burning purpose, applying the 2-minute rule, or embracing productive imperfection. Your life is waiting for you to stop making excuses and start making progress. Every moment you spend in procrastination is a moment stolen from your future self. The person you're meant to become is counting on the decisions you make right now. Will you choose comfort and regret, or will you choose growth and achievement? If this video lit a fire under you and you're ready to completely transform your relationship with action and success, make sure to subscribe to this channel and hit that notification bell. We're building a community of action takers who refuse to let procrastination steal their dreams. Drop a comment below and tell me which strategy you're going to implement first. I read every single comment, and I'm here to support your journey to unstoppable productivity and success.